Hi, good afternoon. Today we are at REI 2018, which is the 12th edition. We are at Teamtechnik stall. Everybody in Indian solar industry knows Teamtechnik for their tappers and stringers. With me today, we have Mr. Michael, who is the senior sales manager for solar technology in Teamtechnik. Will brief us much more about the Teamtechnik products that they are currently selling in India. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much, and thank you to you having this interview with you. Yes, we are basically one of the high technology leaders in the stringing technologies and providing all over the world more than 700 of our stringers. Currently, we are also getting in new technologies, as you have published in your papers, about our gluing technology, our ECA stringers, for special new technologies like heterojunction cells. And of course, we are also leading with the fastest stringer technologies with our 2100 TT, which we are doing standard soldering processes. And also we have the highest two-lane system with TT 4200, which leading to 4200 cycles per hour.
4,200 cycles per hour.
Yes, correct. This is what we can achieve with this kind of stringer technology which we have developed 2016.
Currently, how do you see the Indian market for this high quality stringers?
At the moment, I'm seeing still that most of the Indian technologies are relying on standard module, because it's the market they are looking is still the local market. There's a lot of demand, as you know, and your government are pushing this a lot, and that's why focusing at the moment from the most suppliers are on the standard modules. But also they widening their pictures and trying to also get into new technologies. And what it will be, this is still not clear for me yet, but I see that there are lots of inquiries on half-cut cells, as well as new technologies like, for instance, the heterojunction cells.
How do you see future of, let's say, different quality of cells in India, like bifacial, which is gaining a lot of market in international markets? How do you see that affecting India?
At the moment, I think they are all big producers are looking into these technologies and keeping an eye on it, because of course it's a matter of later increasing your electricity you're producing on modules, and if you have both sides generating electricity, of course for the end users is an advantage. So the levelized cost of electricity goes down, and this is what everybody is looking in the end user area. And so that's also the big producers in the module size, they're also looking into these technologies. At the moment they are just analyzing, but I think it will come in the next 2 years for sure.
So can you please take us through the latest? I can see a lot of new pictures of TT1600 ECA stringer. Can you please take us through the various kind of technologies that Teamtechnik is offering to Indian customers?
At the moment, we have not so much inquiries in India for the 1600 ECA, but it's starting to be one of the evaluation of big players in the world. We have already sold of these equipments to Italian customers and to customers in other European areas, and we're seeing requests from many companies which are already in this technology producing cells, that they are looking for some alternatives to doing modules. And I guess also for Indian big players, they are also buying the cells And as they might be interesting to buying other cells than only from China or Taiwan, they probably also open their bigger possibilities to also buying heterojunction cells in futures. And then, of course, this is one of option to stringing such kind of sensitive cells, which are very sensitive about higher temperature because of this amorphic silicon they are having as a passivation layer. They cannot be soldered by more than 180 degrees Celsius, because then the amorph silicon would be damaged, and this would be damaged the whole cell itself, and then you cannot achieve these high efficiencies that they can achieve with 23.5% or more than that.
Michael, since I see your name card, you are a senior sales manager. This question specifically is not technical, it's related to sales. How in India are you targeting your customers, and how is it different from other markets selling in India?
Good. India is every time a very special market because the Indians are focusing so much on technology, but also they are very sensitive on prices. So what we are trying to do is here we still want to developing our technologies further to bring highest performance to this market, but we are limited in our sources to reduce prices because we're producing our machines mainly in Germany. But what we are trying to do is to optimize our machines in speed and also in uptime, so that the customers later get the advantages during they producing the machines. And this is also, I know the Indians also focusing on good service, good performance, and low cost in maintaining the machinery. And this is how we can perform here very well. And we have already targeted lots of big companies here, which seeing the performance, giving them the advantage in a long term. And this is what we're doing, and therefore we're building long-term relationship with big customers here. And that is our target, what we want to continue, and fighting for each customer, for sure.
Would you like to name a couple of customers that you have in India?
The problem, we have all NDAs, right? And that's why we cannot name the customers here in this interview, but mainly of them are very well known, and I think people know where Teamtechnik is used.
Of course. Thank you, Michael. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you. It's also a pleasure to have this interview, and I hope I see you again.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.